Hello, welcome back. This is G-Man, My World 67. What you're looking at is a view of the American Flyer S-gauge that I have on my shelves. Sorry about that. For documentation purposes also. Well, I wanted to share with you today some of the O-gauge. I haven't got it all out. I just don't have room. I'm trying to space some things out, sort a few things out, get rid of a few things. This is O-gauge, flyer. Some of the things that I've restored. Sets. All right. Well, I've been out here working in the shop. And as you can see, it's still tore up. Got trains everywhere, scattered. But I've been kind of jumping back and forth between trying to make sure those last military trains that I finally completed were working okay. I was having a problem with this U.S. Army number 44. I rebuilt it, put it back together, repaired it, got it out here, and first of all, it didn't want to go around the track. It would jump the track. And I might want to point out that it's still jumping the track in two places, but now I know why. The curves are just way too small for this particular engine, except for the old 34 curves. But not all my curves are old 34 in the main line. I'm going to run it in a minute and show you exactly what I'm talking about. But after a while, when I continued to try it, it had quit working completely. Couldn't figure out what was going on with it. Well, what it was not only was it jumping curves, but this rear coupler that I had put on was also hanging up because I had made it a stationary coupler. I don't know if you could see that or not. I had made it a stationary coupler and it was hanging up on the side of the engine. The motor was trying to run, unbeknownst to me, but it couldn't run because it couldn't pull it. And it was no longer making direct contact with the rails. Now on these, your pickups are on this rear set of trucks. One of these days I may endeavor to try to reverse that, but it's not going to be easily done. Whereas the pickups are on the front truck and the motor is just in the rear. The other set of trucks is rather a dummy truck on the rear. But as for now, got it back running again, and I wanted to share it with you. It will not, as I say, go all the way around because of the curves, and when we get around to the curves, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here we go. And there it is. This curve right here. This curve is an 027, partial an 027 curve. And I'm going to try to figure this out today, how to change this without interfering with the short line. But this is an 027 section, this is 034, this is 027. Works great. Steam engines don't have any problem with it. Most of the Alco engines don't have any problem with it, although I did have a problem with the 2716 on it. But I had made some readjustments on it, and even the 2716 had gotten so that it would go around it. By the way, it also has a continuous problem with those rear wheels, and it wanted to quit running. So after fooling with it for another 4 or 5 hours and getting it up and going again, but not being able still to run it on the track proficiently like I wanted to run it on the track, I decided to go ahead and let it go and let someone else have some fun with it. And so you may be seeing that, by the way, on at some point in time on my train room, as old Jim, my friend old Jim Barker, he took that off my hands. Now I'm looking forward to seeing it run again. I just got tired of fooling with it, didn't want to sink any more money into it. Once I couldn't get it to run right, there was no point in me putting any more money or time into it. Especially when I've got a K-line set that I never run, which is the same engine, just later, of course, made by K-line. But there you have the 44 U.S. Army. It runs smooth, it runs good. I just have a problem with this section of curves. I also have a problem down on this south end in this curve right here. And that's because it also is an 027 curve. It just does not do well on those 027 curves. Speaking of track issues and track problems, as you know, I seem to have quite a few in this last year. I'm still having a problem back here in this corner. That you see inside the tunnel here. And I don't know why. Don't know what's going on. But right there, as the train comes around that curve on the inside curve, the train comes around and it goes off for some reason. Sorry about that. It's almost beyond my reach. And I'm thinking it's that screw right there that you can see the head sitting up. I've tried to screw that down further and tried to screw that down further, and that's the furthest I can get it. So maybe I'm going to have to take that out. Maybe there's another one in there somewhere that I can't see that's causing a problem also. But that's what's going on. All right. Just wanted to share that with you. So I've been out here working on this most of the day yesterday. Like I said, I went back through because that 2716 had a couple of places in the track it had found and would not run on it. And I took care of all of those. And I wanted to let you see this neighbor yard switcher run. We'll move the number 44 out of the way. And we'll watch the neighbor yard switcher. Now, I still have not put a light in that neighbor yard switcher, which I do plan to do at some point in time. Not a lot of space in there. It runs pretty smooth, but it's a growler, especially when it first starts out. Now keep in mind, these little switchers weren't made to carry heavy loads for long periods. So I'm probably not going to be pulling over 3 to 5 cars with it at a time, especially with loads. But it runs great. I like the way it looks. It turned out, the page turned out really swell on it. Also, as you can see, it's pulling the radar car that I rebuilt a radar for. And I'm going to be rebuilding another radar dish. Not quite as extensive as that one was. Probably sometime next week on another car, on a K-line car that has the radar dish missing on it. It was broken off. I'll do a video on that so that you can see how that I did it. Also, I wanted to share with you my Army Supply Train radio car. Finally ran across it, got it dug out. quite a bit of rust and some scratches, and so sometime today I'm going to try to get to the detail work on that. Put the wire back on the top and the antenna. I'm going to make an antenna for it. And of course paint and get rid of all this rust and these scratches. Touch it up. Now, the artwork, of course, where it's badly damaged, the only thing I can do is just try to touch it up as far as shape and color is concerned. I cannot recreate the lithography, but I can make it look better. Okay, that's all I have for you for today, for right now anyway. There's my I call it the oversized helicopter for I'm going to place that on a flat car. I don't know what flat car yet. And oh, two last things I wanted to share with you. Is these two flat cars here. The Kuzan 1389 and the 3100. The 3100 you saw in the last video, or the one before that, is the one I repaired the trucks on. I've got a Lionel truck on one end and a Kuzan truck on the other end. This actually might be a Williams car, molded by Williams, modeled by Williams after Kuzan's demise. Williams bought all the molds and so forth and so on, except for the ones that Chris model had for Kuzan's K-series cars and engines. This was the car that was missing this back stanchion and the rocket or missile, and it's an Air Force car, and this stanchion right here was missing on it, and I built this one out of a plastic structure girder. Now I didn't have the smaller size girder, but I had the larger size girder, which actually worked out okay because I was able to shape it closer and more to the size of the original girder. The panel on it is just a little bit wider, as you can see, but it came out good. And I'm going to paint that green. Going to be good to go. Now I glued the rocket on as I don't plan to take it off. And I took my Dremel after I made the stanchion and I routed this out, made it round so that the missile could sit down in it, so that it was resemblance very closely to that one. And as you see, I put the boat, or the landing craft, the military landing craft, on this one. All right. The 41 is back at the depot. The front truck has come off. And that's all I have for you, as I said earlier, for right now. As always, if you enjoy working on and running your trains half as much as I do mine, then you should have happy rails. Bye for now. Until next time.